Hey, bro. How you doing? Um, I'm going to show you my progress in Monster Hunter World in a minute, but I just thought I would show you the game I've been playing. You would not play this game for 5 minutes. 4 minutes, you'd be gone. On the other hand, my latest playthrough is more than an hour in. It'll tell you in a minute. I'll I'll bring up the screen that shows it. So I have 23 hours, 21 minutes, and 36 seconds in this particular playthrough. I have played through several other times. I have never completely finished the game. It is a building game. It's still in early access. It's not done yet. There's a couple of key components. It's all research based. You start out with very low tech, and as you do more and more research, oh goodness, I don't know how to mute my mic. I'm going to sneeze. Okay. So it's research based. Right now, I'm trying to research oil processing, and I have most of everything. I just don't have the motors that I need. That's what I'm working on building now. But if you don't plan in this game, if I just went and started building motors, I would be building them in such a way that it wouldn't be helpful later. So I'll explain what I mean about that in a minute. But there's 7, 8. Well, they've only implemented through tier 7 of tech so far. They just reworked tier 5 and 6. Oil processing is all new in the latest update. So that's what I'm trying to unlock now. Oil processing will give me much better power generation. When you start out, your first source of power are these little turbines back here that you put fuel into, and it burns. It burns the. So you start out putting leaves and wood and stuff in there, and as you get higher and higher, I now have a couple of coal power plants, which I will show you in a minute. But power is a key resource in the game. You can see I'm producing 600-ish megawatts. I have a capacity to produce 1.2 gigawatts, so a little bit over twice. But you notice it does fluctuate because as certain processes finish, things will start and stop. So you've got to keep your power in a range. I have run out of power in this playthrough. I don't know if we'll see it. This is a truck stop over here. Let's see how far. I think the truck is on its way back. You can automate trucks, and they will drive in circuits. And what this truck does is it goes over to where my power plants are, picks up coal, and brings it back here, which gets put in here, and then it gets fed along this belt system that I built. Not very prettily, I will add, but it goes along this belt system, and it goes up there to be mixed with iron to make steel. You start out with very, very basic resource processors and very basic mineral extractors. So over here, this is actually an upgraded one, but I've upgraded this to be I think I've upgraded all of them. This is a Mark II miner. It's outputting copper at 240 ore per minute, and it's going through this little doorway. And this was an experiment. It turns out I didn't like this method of building. A lot of people like it. I wasn't very fond of it. You can do things to make this look prettier, which is a lot of the goal in this game, is to make things that are not only functional but also pretty. And these machines do various things, like this one is smelting, right? It's using 30 ore per minute. It's completely full, but it's doing what it can. What I think is really interesting is that I'm actually using all of this copper. So how many smelters do I have? One. That's one. I usually do things in pairs, and you can always tell by how I power it. There's a smelter. So I only have 4 smelters. So that should only be smelting 120 a minute. Yeah, see, it's stopping. It has to. Anyways, that gets output into these things up here and carried along as inputs into these constructors, which are taking copper ingots and making wire and other things. So you make all sorts of resources, and the goal is to use those resources to build bases so that you can do more research and feed this thing. This is the space elevator. And this is how you go from tier to tier in the game. So I just unlocked tiers 5 and 6. To unlock tier 7 and 8, I need 2,500 of these doodads, 500 modular engines, and 100 adaptive control units. I couldn't begin to build these right now. I don't have the tech. I don't have the space. So this is essentially a starter base. This is the entirety of my copper processing. When I get done, I will have copper processing that's probably bigger than this entire base is. Another resource that you use a lot is concrete. So I have this storage container where I'm putting some concrete in and taking concrete out. This is going over to where my new base is going to be. That's going to be the last thing I show you before I switch to the other game. I'm almost done with this, I promise. I know you don't really care too much, but this was just, here's a convenient place to build something, so stick the machine in. This is actually a sort of high-end thing. This is one of the resources I needed to open up tier 5 and 6. I'm going to let this box finish, and then I'll stop building them. One of the new things they added in this was, so you notice I'm running along pretty quickly. That's because I can't, again in this game I can't point. But if you look on the bottom left of my screen, you'll see I have Blade Runners on. That's, actually I can, that's these things. And they make me run faster and jump higher, and if I jump down things I don't take damage. Well, I think there's a limit. This is new. This is a hyper tube. All of these machineries here are building other things. And you always put your final products, in, which are used to, I'll use those to build other things later. These are rotors. And you take, right now I'm taking rotors, I think, so that, yeah, one rotor, one reinforced iron plate. It's going into a, this is not a constructor, this is an assembler because it has 2 inputs. So it takes 2 inputs, and that is making, oh, it's full. Smart plating. I'm going to let that stay full like that. I don't know if I'll need any more smart plating. I actually should look on the wiki. So here's a longer, smart tube, a hyper tube. And here I'm building steel beams. And those are going off in, they're used in other construction, but they're also used, like as I'm building, these floors that I'm walking on, these are all concrete. They don't look it, but they are concrete. This is actually the highest level of, what is it? Conveyor belt. I just could not come up with the word. So I have unlocked tier 3 conveyor belts. I can unlock tier 4 now, but I have to get oil processing going first. But there's lifts and wall mounts and just all kinds of little gadgets you can use. There's a single container, a double container. They added fluid to the game, so they gave us tanks to hold water and oil and stuff. I like these. These are pretty when you use them right. You can't build on them, but they do make nice walkways. All kinds of foundations so that you can build. Oh, I just got these glass foundation and foundation frame. There's a Explorer. It's like a dune buggy. I want to build it, but if you look on the right, I can build everything except for the thing on the very far right. That's a reinforced modular frame, I think is what it's called, which is an output of the modular frames you saw before. But I have to I have to unlock oil processing. So 2 more quick stops, and then I'll show you what you might actually be interested in. So I used to take damage if I jumped from there, and I would never jump that far. Oh, passed it. So one of the other things is there's a separate research tree that unlocks other things. Most importantly, it gives you more bag space. But like this one, I needed a bunch of sulfur for. This one, I needed a bunch of quartz for. I need to go pick up some raw quartz. I keep forgetting about that. And these, I need all oil processing to unlock those. That's just motors, isn't it? I could probably get that. I don't know what these are. I've never unlocked them. But this is an alternate recipes for building stuff. Getting a text. Let me send one more text. Sorry about the intermission. Anyways, the other thing that they added is this thing called the coupon or the awesome shop. And here is where this is tech that's actually very useful to build, but fortunately these tickets you get in game. I'll show you how you get them in a second. But it does concern me that there's a purchases tab, but there's nothing here yet. I think they're going to add in-game purchases. I hope it's just like trophies or things that don't make any difference. So this machine right here is called the Awesome Sink. And basically you just keep feeding it stuff you don't need. So if you have too much stuff, or if you want to make excess, you keep feeding it that, and it will give me tickets. The thing is, each successive ticket is exponentially more expensive. However, if I start putting better stuff in there, it'll give me more points. But I just let it run. I'm not worried about that right now. So now we're going to go over to my oil processing, just so you can see it. I used to have to walk all this way, and when I was first walking this far, I didn't even have the Blade Runners, so this was a hike. But I put in this transportation system so I could get here a couple times. It always sounds like I'm going to get attacked when I get out of that. It always does. There is combat in this game. I am terrible at it. I will try to avoid it, but if it happens, I'll stick it out and we'll see what happens. So this is a conveyor belt full of coal, and this is water being pumped out of here. And the water and coal go into the coal generators. And this game is all math, right? Which is probably the reason I like it. Good, I did not get sucked in there. And I say that because, like, this uses coal. It uses 4 per second, which translates into 15 a minute. So 15 coal a minute times 8 is 120 coal per minute. Well, when we get over there... Oh, can I land on that? Look at that. That's it. These Blade Runners are awesome. I just got them. So here's the thing mining coal, and it is mining 240 coal per minute. And this one over here is mining 120 coal per minute. So I actually have too much coal. So I have it split a couple different ways. I always try to overfill things, especially my power generation, because I hate it when the power goes out. And then back here is where I have yet another miner, and there's actually another coal. I could put another miner here. And that is all going over here to this other truck stop. And what's important, see, this is waiting to be picked up by the truck that's going back and forth. And this is fuel for the truck. So the truck will get fueled and pick up coal, oddly, every time it comes to this station. So my next expansion, I am going to take you up there, because that way the last thing I'm going to show you will make sense. So the last thing I built was this, because I needed, it's a metal called Caterium. I think it's a made-up metal, but, you know, because I think it's made up, it's probably a real thing, you know, cutting-edge technology nonsense I don't know anything about. But I have it being mined out, and it's just riding on this belt, and it's going into this box, and it's full. So it stopped, and that's plenty fine. I got all of the research done that I could get done with Caterium until I get oil processing. So I just want this to sit here for now. But what I'm going to do next, you see, okay, let's get over here. Don't jump into it. So here's the space elevator. You get a good view of it here. Now the space elevator is to the left. I want to build another base. It's going to be, you can see that that's another miner that's mining sulfur. It's going to be over in this general direction. It's going to be above all of this. The idea of building it above everything is that way I can build it as big as I need to. And what I'm going to do is build a floor that literally goes from where we just were all the way to that base. And then I'm gonna don't want to miss that. I'm going to show you how you build a little bit of floor, because I know you don't care about that, but I'm going to show you anyways. Just if I haven't already convinced you that you wouldn't play this game for 5 minutes, when I show you how tedious building floors can be, you'll know for sure that you wouldn't play this game for 5 minutes. This green gas will kill me, by the way. I don't have a mask for that yet. That's a tier 5 tech, which I've unlocked, and I can... I haven't unlocked it, but I have it open. I need to get all the mats together to unlock it, and then I can build myself a gas mask. So if I go into this one, this will take me over to my new building site. And the only thing that's there at the moment is concrete. Boy, this hypertube sure saves a lot of walking. Want this. But I am going to build my base right here. So, if you remember before, I showed you there was the sulfur mine. Where is it? The sulfur mine is right there, I think. Find for that. Controls. Build ping. This is a multiplayer game. I've never actually played it with anybody, but it is multiplayer. Flashlight, build gun. Is he cheating and maybe using photo mode? Yes, he is. So, what am I looking at here? That, oddly, is, I think it is. Concrete, which I think I have a little bit of in this box. Oh, I already had some. So again, going back to the math thing, this produces 120 limestone per minute. These are constructors that take 45 per minute. Now, that means they're actually being starved just a little bit because I have 3 of them. So I really need 135 a minute. What I can actually do is come in here and turn down its clock speed. Let's try 90. Let's just try 90%. 89. 88. There is no way to get 40. Well, can you do 88.5? No. So, if we set it to 89%, It needs 40.05. And that's as close as I'll get to getting this perfectly right. Which honestly makes no difference because that container, it will be full most of the time. So when I say I am going to build a large base here, I mean I am going to build an epically large base. When I build this, it will go from here, my theory is, to the edges of that cliff, to the edges of that cliff, to I don't know how far that way. I don't think I want to mess too much with that green stuff. But we need... I always use the big foundations for the bottom of my base. And this... I haven't done this since I got the Blade Runners. This is literally how I build foundation. And I'm going to make this something like 400, 600 tiles. Oops, I missed. So this will take a while. And that should tell you, oh, I do believe that that guy is a tier 2 monster. Surrounded by 1, 2, I think 2 or 3 tier 1 monsters. If I felt like dying, I would actually fight them, but I don't feel like dying right now. I'm going to save this and switch over to Monster Hunter to show you at where I am with that. Odd. So, sorry, black screen while Monster Hunter, large-ish monster. Yesterday. I used to have a black and white cat. His name was Bear. We used to call him Baron. I don't want an online game. What? Why do I have... I don't want to create an online game. I want to... Oh, private session. Friends can join. There we go. That'll work. Alright. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I just want to show you where I'm at and maybe play for a half an hour or an hour. Guild card. You cannot check or edit your guild card during a quest or expedition, but you can still send it to others. I don't know what that means. So I am still in Ashera, Azara. I don't know. So what did I get? Login bonus, 5 potions, and I don't know what that is. A lucky voucher. All right. So one thing that you showed me was that I did not accept. I don't think I ever did the thing. Where's the? I'm trying to find this thing. Oh, what do you want? You look like you have a quest. Oh, you're the event manager. We're all ready to open our tavern and gathering hub, the Celestial Pursuit. At the gathering hub, you can meet up with other hunters and embark on quests together. I don't want to do that. To find the Celestial Pursuit, just look up. See that ship atop the stair? It looks like it's about to sail off? That's it. Okay, that's fine. You can get up there by taking the lift, which is what I came to look for. This is the lift, right? Okay. I want to go to... Well, I think that is before. I'm sorry. Well, those are pretty. Can get together for a hunt. It contains arena counter, quest counter, notice board, canteen, your Reuben hub provisions. and arm wrestling and other fun activities. Okay. Right. Okay. So I want to go to my room, which fortunately you showed me in your video was here, because I would have not found it again. And I want to talk to this guy, right? Early weapon upgrade materials set. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, but whatever. Character and Palico edit voucher. Iceborne bonus. Oh. So I've already claimed the other ones, I just hadn't claimed that one. That's weird. So I decided to be more of a melee guy. One thing I need to learn how to do so this slinger is important. You're supposed to aim with the left trigger and then you can shoot at it. So my combos, and I never used the demon mode combo because I forgot about it. So I'm supposed to do a double slash, a double slash, a double slash. No. Combos with evade shot requires slinger ammo. 1, 2, 3. Nope. 1, 2, 3. Nope. So I'm just as good at this game as you are. 1, 2, 3. I don't know how to get that Y plus B to work. It just doesn't make any sense. Oh, what's that? Anyways, this is the kind of combat I thought I would try. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. Yeah, I don't have any idea. Guess I'll have to go watch more videos. Put your weapons away. Talk to this guy. And we'll go return to the headquarters. Well, I need to go eat something first. You would think there would be a closer way to get upstairs. What do you want? Tell me, did you find any monster data out there? Tracks, nashes, that sort of thing? Our job is to take the data and then analyze it and compile our findings for the commission. What we learn helps you out in the field too, so you see, we need each other. Drop by here anytime and I'll show you what we're working on. Monster Field Guide update. Neighbors here. I'll be right back. Hey! Get in your bed. Get in your bed. So I missed what this is, and unfortunately, I guess I have to go. I was going to do something. You know what? I'm going to stop this video here, and if I can, I'll come back and do a quest. But I'm going to go and just get him. I don't want him thinking I'm bailing on him or something. So I will talk to you guys later.